watch out for two of them, AU and Ujjivan, the ones which are eligible for the transition to universal banks. So in some sense, watch out for out of those 8 or 9 out there which are eligible, AU and Ujjivan. And Ujjivan depends on whether in their quarterly numbers, their GNPAs and net NPAs come below a particular level. So I think two interesting names to watch out for from that list. The three names that I have, two positives, one negative. The negative one is likely the stock of the day for all the wrong reasons. BSE. Sebi's asked BSE to pay a regulatory fee on the annual turnover fee, considering notional value in the case of the options contract. Apparently, since the introduction of the derivatives contracts in June, BSE has been paying the regulatory fee on the annual turnover, taking into account the premium value of the options contract. Per norms, the fees need to be paid on the notional value, supposedly very high relative to what they have done. In addition, apparently the fees paid to the regulator for FY07 was a quarter instead of a full year, and therefore the exchange will now pay the differential amount in fees along with 15% interest for every year. So the computation has to be calculated by a notified chartered accountant. BSE has to pay this within a month. Now, suppose if this can't be challenged, let's assume it is as is, the order goes as is, then one of the brokerage's notes or sales note that I read, and therefore I'm not quoting it, seem to suggest that it could be an earnings cut of 40 to 50%. We do not have the exact handle on this, but all we can definitely say is that this is a negative. The stock will have a slam dunk today and open. Let's wait and watch what happens post that. We'll try and get you as much intelligence as we can during the course of the day, but suffice to say this will start off negatively.
Yeah, and it's had a good run last week.
Yeah,
so I guess we shouldn't be complaining too much. But
no, but certainly.
Yeah,
it's going to be a weak stock.
This is a fundamental hit, though.
Yeah, there's a big hit, and certainly will react. Two more stocks, Adani Enterprises. Standard disclaimer, the Adani Group owns NDTV. You're watching NDTV Profit. But the Adani Connex JV has secured a fundraise of up to $1.44 billion for green data centers. Now, this should work positively for the stock. Watch out for this one in the session today. Hasn't quite moved. Does this move the needle a little bit? Let's wait and watch. And from amongst results, the one that really stood out was Shakti Pumps. I mean, what a blowout set of numbers. Revenues up 3x. And okay, this is Adani Enterprises, of course. Let's move on from Adani Enterprises and move on to Shakti Pumps. Shakti Pumps is the third stock that I'm mentioning. The stock hasn't had the best of runs recently, but look at the results. Revenues up 3.3x, big uptick. Margins jump, as a result of which the profit after tax shows a very unnatural rise. But the beauty is, on a trailing 12-month basis, which is FY24, the stock trades at 25 times. It's not egregiously expensive for a company which is showing some great results. Let's wait and watch if this one reacts in the session today. SBI Life was a solid number relative to what was anticipated, and the HSBC note kind of lays that out. They have a buy with a target price of 1790 on SBI Life. They say the large part of the growth was driven by channels outside of the proprietary channels, which is a positive. But more importantly, their call is that healthy AP growth, sequential margin expansion, lower costs, improvement in persistency were key positives. They estimate stable operating performance with an AP CAGR of 16%. They're valuing the stock at 2.2 times FY26 EV per share. So watch out for SBI Life and watch out for SBI. Okay, and watch out for SBI Cards. This is the other one. Weak. I mean, the numbers were good, but for SBI Cards, NIM contraction, lower new card issuances have outweighed the healthy spend growth. The credit costs and the write-offs inched up. Absolute GNPA and net NPA are at 12-quarter highs. And the card addition and multi-quarter lows may impact FY25 spend growth. So do watch out for SBI Cards. Could have a bit of a corrective move today. So that's the other one that I thought was important as well.